We're here on the ground floor of the Mobile World Congress in the heart of Barcelona. As you can see around me, it is teeming with thousands of people. They say up to 90,000 people will visit Mobile World Congress over the next 3 days. But I want to give you a special behind-the-scenes look at our very special CNBC setup. Seema Mody has just finished her live hit with CNBC. Let's head over and have a quick little chat with her. Hello, Seema Mody. How are you? We saw you just interview the chairwoman for HTC. You guys have been pulling in some pretty big guests.
Hey, it's been a great platform, Mobile World Congress, to interview some of the big players in the mobile industry. And you know, Phil, what I find really interesting is that it's no longer just about the mobile carriers and the operators. It's now about the ecosystem and the different players, from app developers to wearables. There's all these different companies that are now trying to play in this market because they know we're going to see explosive growth. 2 billion people right now own a smartphone in the world. That's expected to double to 4 billion by the end of this decade.
And Seema, you've been here since Sunday. I know you've seen a lot of the big presentations so far here in Barcelona. Any standout moments for you so far?
I think it was when you and I were doing some of our on-the-ground investigations, or I should say reporting, and we came across a luxury smartphone maker from Switzerland that had an $8,000 smartphone. They had gold buttons and then also a crocodile, some sort of backing. It was very interesting to see just that people are really trying to provide interesting devices that also have this luxury end to it.
Absolutely. I think it's the hidden stories here at Mobile World Congress, isn't it? Away from kind of the Samsungs, the Sonys, the big players. There's those kind of small entrepreneurial stories, I think, which are really starting to grab people's attention.
Everyone follows the growth, and this is where we're seeing the growth, is in the smartphone space. The question is there room for all of these different players? It seems like there is, and given the ecosystem, given the amount of money that's being built into the mobile market, the question is who's going to win the game.
And you've been hosting a lot of television from this very booth. You're in the mix of it all. What's it like being here on the ground level amongst all these people?
It's good. I like the vibe. I like the energy. I prefer having a little bit of buzz around me. That's something I had to get used to when I started with Worldwide Exchange. It's just being in the studio. It's relatively quiet. You get to speak to Wilfred, who's quite chatty during the breaks. But aside from that, it's just you and your co-anchor and the camera, whereas here, when you're reporting, you're on the ground at a conference, you really feel like you're amongst the people. You get to kind of hear what's happening and hear about the latest and greatest when it comes to technology.